Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be She Wants a Ring, Babies, and Expensive Trips After Only 2 months of Dating. Well, that's pretty quick. A little bit of a red flag. She could be really super enthusiastic about him, but that's just not normal behavior. She is 31. And she likes nice things. Obviously, he says his industry's cutting back, and he's convinced that she makes a lot more money than him right now. And he's like, she only bought me dinner one time since we've been dating, obviously for 2 months, and she keeps hinting about expensive trips and stuff like that, and gifts and other things. It also kind of seems like he leads with his money a little bit, so it might be part of the problem. If you lead with your money and your stuff, you're going to attract gold diggers. People that have money, typically, they don't dress like they got money. They're not wearing a lot of bling and expensive clothes. They're usually just, you wouldn't even know that they're a billionaire just by the way that they dress. It's like, especially in South Florida here, they walk around with shorts, t-shirts, flip-flops, cotton clothes. It's like a fucking sauna outside right now. Actually, it's like a steam room outside right now because you get all the rain that rains, and then the sun comes out, and it's like in the 90s, and it's just all that evaporates, and there's like no breeze, and it's people that haven't been to South Florida, they're in for a shock when they get off the plane. They're like, what the hell? It's like a swamp. So keep that in mind. If you're dating and you got money, like I was doing a video newsletter, I think we were actually not a video, it was a live stream last week. Some guy was talking about his Ferrari in there, and he was kind of bummed because the girl he was dating seemed to be really focused on money and stuff. But I mean, even in the chat, he let everybody know in the live stream that he had a Ferrari. It's like, so if he's doing that in a live stream, he's doing that in life. And if you go through life advertising your stuff, you're going to attract women who are attracted to your stuff and what you can do for them. So you definitely should not lead with your money ever, because you want to make sure the women are there because they like you for you, not for what you can do for them or what you can buy them. So he says, hey, Coach, I'm a longtime follower of your work, and I want to thank you for everything that you do. Recently, I kind of fell into a relationship. She's super nice, polite, sweet, and sexy. When she comes over to my place, she helps with the dishes, she tidies up my place, even packed for me before I went on a 3-week work trip. I know she is into me and keeps saying how much she wants her babies to have my blue eyes, which I suppose is a good sign. Again, after 2 months of dating, that's pretty intense. So when you start dating a woman and she's like really laying it on thick like that, that's the kind of thing that should just make your spidey senses tingle a little bit, because that's what narcissists tend to do. They love bomb you, and they go out of their way to just lay it on real thick and overdo it. That's why you always look at what a woman does, not what she says. The thing that is bothering me is that we've been dating for about 2 months, and she only offered to pay for dinner once to celebrate when I finished one of my work goals. Additionally, she keeps mentioning that she wants me to take her to Rome and is excited to travel with me. So he sent a text exchange between her, and so she's talking about one of her girlfriends who I think went to Italy, and she wants to go to Italy. So I think there's a little bit of keeping up with the Joneses. She's, younger, obviously. So younger people tend to be worried about that. They're worried about being accepted and liked. And if one of their friends is doing better than them, they don't like that too much. Especially in this case, if she thinks the guy's got money. She wants him to take her to Rome and on an expensive trip so she could take lots of pictures and post them to Instagram, and so everybody that knows her can see what a fabulous life she's living. Again, this is what happens when you lead with your money. But again, 2 months in, and he was saying that he went on a 3-week work trip. So if he went on a 3-week work trip, then they've only really been hanging out maybe 5 weeks, 6 weeks in person tops. So that's way too much too soon for the way she's talking and the things that she's doing. So I'd be kind of pumping the brakes a little bit. So these kinds of things is that she should earn them with you. This should be a challenge. It should be a reward. Or if she's always talking about Italy, it's like, well, why don't you take me to Italy? You're the one who wants to go there so bad. When are you taking me? It's like, women are liberated these days. They can spend money on the men they love. The guy doesn't have to do everything. Isn't it feminine supposed to... What is that? Feminism doesn't make you free? Stop it. So, he says, additionally, she keeps mentioning she wants me to take her to Rome and is excited to travel with me. And the funny part about all of this is that although I'm not in debt, thank God, there has been a major downturn in my industry, and I'm pretty sure she makes way more money than me these days. However, she thinks I am rolling in the dough. I'm good at giving off that impression. Well, that's a bad way to go. That's just stupid. I'm 39, and she's 31, by the way. So again, that tells me you're kind of leading with your money. So it's quite possible you attracted a gold digger. So if she's just there for your stuff and not you, then when you don't take her on an expensive trip, she might dip on you. But again, we got the book, we got the attraction table from the chapter. It's all in the numbers in the very beginning. It's all laid out what women do when they're in love, when their interest is 8 on a scale of 1 to 10, when it's a 7, when it's a 6, all the things that they do. So you can look at the actions and tell how she really feels about you. And so this should be something you can say, well, maybe at the 6-month mark, or maybe for our 1-year anniversary, I'll take you to Rome. We'll have a nice romantic vacation or something like that. Make her wait and see what happens when she knows she's got to wait. But just from the text exchange, it seems like she really wants to go to Rome so she can show off on Instagram and make all of her girlfriends jealous, especially this one particular girl who's a friend of hers that went. Now she's kind of jealous and envious. She wants to go to Rome too. So again, that's like the keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak. She's a little concerned about that, kind of shallow. But just because this is what she says she wants, doesn't mean you got to take her there. Because this early into the relationship, again, if you went away for 3 weeks and you've only been dating for 2 months, you spent maybe 5-6 weeks together total, and the rest of the time you're gone for 3 weeks. So it's just way too much too soon. The question is, what's the family situation like? Does she have a good relationship with her dad? Does she love her dad? Does she admire him? Does she respect him? Or does she hate his guts? Is he not in her life? Does she come from a broken home? Like, what's her background? Because that's going to matter. Because typically women from broken homes who are really hot, they want the things. They want the good life. And since they're really hot, they usually get guys that date them that also have money. So he says, I'm 39, she's 31, by the way. And the bottom line is that it's hard not to feel like this 31-year-old is just a bit baby crazy and is acting submissive and overly caring because she wants a baby and a ring. Well, that's why you're going to take your time. You're not going to be in a rush. As much as she says she wants these things, you're only going to do things that you're emotionally ready for. And if your industry is taking a downturn and you're concerned about cash flow going forward and you're not in debt, you don't want to go into debt to please her. Because if she really cares about you for you, then she'll be patient. If she really is making really good money and she doesn't want to wait, she really wants to go to Italy, maybe she'll take you. Maybe she'll surprise you. You say, well, my birthday is coming up in a few months. Maybe you could take me. He says, well, it's the man's job. It's like, well, feminism liberated all you ladies. You do well. Why can't you take your man on a trip? I pay for everything. I take you everywhere. I do everything. You bought me dinner once, which was nice, but if you want this trip so bad, why don't you take me on it? I'll go with you. Have that kind of an attitude. See what happens when you're having that discussion. If she gets mad or she gets butthurt. But again, it's too much too soon. Again, if you take into account 5 weeks, 6 weeks maybe you spent with her until you went on vacation. It's like that's not a lot of time. And it's highly unusual for a woman to be talking this way. Now, it's possible she's goo goo gaga over you and she's more in love with you than any dude that she ever has been. But I don't get that impression from what you shared in your email. He says, or is this all in my head? I'm trying to sabotage a great potential. Well, quite frankly, you don't have enough time with her. So you don't really know. People can hide who they are for about the first 90 days of a relationship anyways. So it's very, very early. And you were gone for 3 weeks. So you got to keep that in mind. I'm happy to let this roll and see what happens. However, it's like nails in the chalkboard to me every time she brings up the topic of expensive gifts and trips. Well, you're the one with the penis. You're the one that's supposed to lead. Just because she's bringing these things up and it's like nails in the chalkboard doesn't mean you have to be a pleaser and comply with her wishes. These are things that she has to earn. So if she wants you to buy her expensive gifts, well, is she buying you anything? He says, I've attached some pictures of our conversation and a selfie she sent me of herself, and she's very beautiful. So, she's probably used to getting what she wants from men, but I'd take your time because the bottom line is you're clearly not ready to go on an expensive trip or buy her an expensive gift. You're just not sure of her yet. And so therefore, since you're the man and you're the leader, you're going to wait and you're going to do it when you're good goddamn fucking ready. You're not going to be pushed or bullied or shamed or made to feel bad. So it'll be interesting to see as the months go by and you're not taking her and doing these things that she keeps hinting at. Will her attitude change? Will she still be sweet? Will she still be as nice? Or will she start backing off and becoming distant? Because again, if she's really a gold digger, when she realizes the cash flow is not going to be flowing in her direction, then she'll just dip for somebody else. So again, you got the chapter in the book. It's all in the numbers. I would definitely review that, reread it, I should say, and get familiar with it. Because right now, you don't have enough time, and it's nice that she comes over and tidies up your place, acts like a woman. That's all good and fine and dandy. But it's too early. You don't know enough. So make her work for you and earn these things. And don't give in to pressure. Don't allow a woman to back you into a corner and pressure you. Especially if she starts to threaten that she's not happy because you don't take her on expensive trips. So that's why I said doing things when it works for you, it suits you and your time frame. If the girl really is hot, feminine, submissive, and loves you, she'll be happy with it. She'll just be happy to be with you. But if she starts becoming belligerent and upset about it and it becomes a big deal, then guess what? You got yourself a gold digger and not a girl that is really a good family-oriented person. And then you start treating her like a fuck buddy or friends of benefits at that point, and maybe start seeing other women and tell her about it, obviously, that you don't think you have the same values or the same goals. You're happy to continue seeing her, you like hooking up with her, but you don't want to be exclusive just because it doesn't seem like your goals and values are aligned. Remember, you got to stand up for yourself and what you want. As Stevie Wonder said, you can't live your life according to other people's expectations, including the women that you date. You got to do what makes you happy first. If you're not comfortable, don't do it. Let her earn it. Maybe after a year of dating, it can be a 1-year anniversary trip. Plus, it'll give you some time to kind of see what's going on with your industry and what's going on with the economy, because as you said, it's taking a big dip. And so we always got to look at what our downside risk is. So you don't want to go into debt and throw 20 G's on your credit card to take her on a trip, and then you lose your job or you get laid off or something like that, and now you got debt. So stand up for yourself, what you want. Don't be a people pleaser. Don't cave. Waterworks, whatever, can't affect you. So if you got a question or challenge and you want to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen on any page of my website, and book a coaching session with yours truly. If you haven't already signed up for our exclusive premium members only content, in the video description as video, there are links to join on YouTube, or you can join on Spotify or our website, understandingrelationships.com. Just click the plans tab when you get there, and you can sign up with a 7-day free trial. If you choose an annual plan, you get a 25% discount at the end of the 7-day free trial for paying the whole year's premium up front. So go to understandingrelationships.com, click the plans tab, sign up for a premium membership free trial. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.